Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast right about now. Riyad Mahrez is available and Arsenal are much interested. Mikel Arteta wants to get the lads. Manuel Locatelli, Arsenal are still leading that race. We're going to discuss that and more. And Tottenham have actually offered Tanguy Ndombele to Lyon in a swap deal. We're going to discuss much more in this transfer episode. Thanks everybody who has joined us today. I was only trying to upload videos. I was trying to change the time schedule. That's why you've seen so many videos coming up one after the other. I was only trying to test my time schedule, and I hope it didn't really spam you a lot. If it did, I'm so sorry. So, but of course, we do have big updates in this one as well. Like I said, Arsenal are now focusing on Riyad Mahrez after the Athletic coming out and said. Saying the player is available for a move this summer. Raheem Sterling is not available. According to the Athletic, Riyad Mahrez is available, but it will be difficult for Manchester City to let the duo go all at once. Now, of course, I've looked at the Athletic today so much, especially updates from the Athletic. If you've followed the channel today, we've really talked about the Athletic, and the reason is they've actually spammed us with a lot of content. They're taking some time so quiet without giving us an update on Arsenal transfers, and then boom, all of a sudden they talk about the new goalkeeper. They talk about Martin Odegaard. They talk about Manuel Locatelli. They talked about so many things, and eventually they have also talked about Riyad Mahrez and his availability. Now there is nothing between Arsenal and Riyad Mahrez. Nothing between Arsenal and Manchester City. We have not put in a formal offer. We have not approached the player to show him that we want to sign him. However, according to the Athletic and reports close to Arsenal, they claim Arsenal Mikel Arteta actually is very, very interested in getting either Riyad Mahrez or Raheem Sterling. And I told you at the beginning of this month that it only makes sense that Mikel Arteta wants these two. He's worked with them at City, and they perfectly fit into that Arsenal side and Manchester and what Mikel Arteta wants to copy from Manchester City. They perfectly fit into it. If you look at Riyad Mahrez and his performances last season at Manchester City in the Champions League, basically, I think he was brilliant. I think he was absolutely unplayable, in that tournament. It is fair play to Chelsea because Thomas Tuchel had the better side of the coin, and City didn't have it, and they won the Champions League. But that, if you ask me who are the people's champions in the Champions League last season, for me it was City. They were brilliant football, brilliant results. Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, beating PSG and humiliating them, totally. I think Mahrez would bring to Arsenal something we do not have. And I don't know if you agree with me. I'll take Riyad Mahrez over James Maddison. And I repeat that. I will take Riyad Mahrez over James Maddison. They don't play in the same area, and that's the first thing you're gonna tell me. But they're all gonna be big money moves, so you can't really bring them all at once. You will need around 50 million to sign James Maddison, 50 or 60. You also need around 50 or 60 million to sign Riyad Mahrez from Manchester City. The idea is, before we go into our squad and how trash it is and how he would actually revamp it, the idea is Manchester City would want to bring in someone like Jack Grealish, so they want to create space. That's the first thing. But the other thing is they also want to they want to contribute some money towards the transfer window. I'm not really meaning that they have to spend to buy, because they have to sell to buy. Because Manchester City, they've got the money, they have an owner who cares for his team. They've got an owner who's gonna splash the money when the need comes, and they don't really need to worry about selling players before they can actually inject or buy new players. But the idea is, if you want to buy Grealish at 100 million and Kane at 100 million, which might be a little bit hard because Danny Levy is still screaming in the stands, I'm keeping Harry Kane. So if they want to do at least 150 million in terms of transfers, it wouldn't do them any harm if they got some 50 million for Riyad Mahrez, or some 45 million pounds for Riyad Mahrez. But for me, the basic idea is, I think they will get Grealish. It's an easy deal to do. They're much interested in Grealish, and I think the manager at City, Pep, is more interested in getting in Jack Grealish as well. Of course, they do need a striker as well, but I don't want to dive into City now. But the idea now is, if they get Riyad Mahrez out of the way, they create space for Jack Grealish. Remember last summer, they let go of Leroy Sen and brought in Ferran Torres, who has not really done so poorly, especially that he doesn't have a lot of playing time. So they have Ferran Torres and Riyad Mahrez. If you're going to bring in Jack Grealish, then you need to get rid of Riyad Mahrez or Raheem Sterling. It looks very hard for me that they will get rid of Raheem Sterling. I think they will get rid of Riyad Mahrez if there is a decent offer, probably 40 to 50 million pounds. That is where I can value the player. He's magical. He's magical. That is the one. We tried to sign him 5 years ago. Is it 5 years ago? I'm not really sure about that. Has he spent around 4 years at City? I think 4 years. We tried to sign him in 2016. That's when they won the title. We failed. We tried to sign him in 2017 still, and we failed. And then eventually the guy moved to Manchester City, where he has won the league title. And I think the better move was to move to City, honestly. In the player's point of view, it's better to move to City. So, but if you look at that Arsenal side, if you have Nicola Pepe, you have 2 times a Nicola Pepe. You have, I think Riyad Mahrez is Nicola Pepe times 2. Scores more goals than Pepe, takes more perfect free kicks than Nicola Pepe, creates more chances than Nicola Pepe, has better take-ons than Nicola Pepe. And I'm not trying to say Nicola Pepe is a bad player. I think he's a decent player. I think he's fine. Next season, he could give us a wonderful season. If he can give us 15 goal involvements, fine. That would be absolutely fine. But I think Mahrez is another level. That guy, I'm not really sure if I'm just in love with him. And I'm sorry for spamming you if I'm just in love with him. But I think his statistics at Leicester City, at Manchester City speak for themselves. The guy is brilliant. The boy is brilliant. Right. So we have an update around Manuel Locatelli. We have so many updates around Manuel Locatelli. Let me start with Locatelli, because I've already spoken about him. Locatelli. Now, Juventus and Sassuolo are in talks. The meeting was scheduled for today, and I told you that. So nobody's gonna say, "'Cause you didn't tell us about the meeting." I told you that in the previous video. The meeting was scheduled for today. What is happening is, this is crazy, isn't it? Really crazy. Juve are saying they want to take Manuel Locatelli on a loan deal, and eventually they will pay around 30 million euros, which is around 25 million pounds at the end of the season. So they initially want to take in the player on a loan deal, and then of course that is the structure, and then they will pay around 30 million euros for the player. Sassuolo have told them humbly that Arsenal has given us 40 million euros. So I mean, literally it's a waste of your time to come in a meeting and say, we want this player, but we are offering less than our counterparts. What is so special about you? I mean, that's it. Anyway, so what's happening at the moment? Sassuolo is telling Juventus, you've got to pay money. You have to discuss a better structure. And you've also got to increase your bid. That is what's happening. Arsenal leading that race now. Obviously, the player's heart is at Juve. If Edu gets his work done, if he can deal with the issues of making the player understand how Arsenal need him, and maybe what kind of project we are building, shed the picture for the guy, maybe he can be at Arsenal. Maybe. How's our update at the moment? Spurs are directly in talks with Lyon. They have offered Tango Ndebele as a swap, in a swap deal for Howsam Awa. That is what is happening. Not adding anything. I'm not adding anything. Please do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. And I'll speak to you very, very soon. Like I said, a lot of content coming your way on the channel. Only wanted you guys to have the best of. I only want you guys to have the best of content. So if you feel the content is okay, make sure you do smash a like. If you feel the channel is fine, please do subscribe. We are very close to 30,000 subscribers, and we've got to do this, guys. We've got to do it because we can. We can't get there. 30,000 subscribers, we can't get there. Honestly, we will get there. Do smash a like on the video, and I'll speak to you in the next one.